AJ Styles team captain shirt, right? No, I'm joking. We don't know who's going to be team captain, team ball for Survivor Series, right? We don't know that. Everybody claiming who's going to be the captain, right? So, okay. So this is Aaron Entertainment. This is for Wrestling Topics Episode 2. We'll be covering AEW Full Gear, Raw from last week, NXT from last week. I'm not going to cover AEW from last week because of Full Gear, and Smackdown from last week. And in the show, give you a Raw preview and some wrestling topics to talk about today. There's been a release though in WWE. Just get us right off the bat. Edge's famous entrance, highlighted by ring announcer Tony Chimel, with our superstar Edge. Tony Chimel has been let go by WWE as of today, according to Mike Johnson and PW Insider. This has been revealed today that Tony Chimel is gone from WWE, and I wonder what this means for Edge's Edge, right? Because he's in WWE, he's dealt with an injury, but he signed a contract with WWE. The rumor is he'll be ready and back in next year with that entrance, but without Tony Chimel, it just doesn't have the same feeling, the same oomph to it, to his to Edge's entrance, the theme song, and the announcing of Edge, of the way that our superstar Edge. It's just not there. But stuff like that happens. WWE has been doing that lately. And what can you do? It's nothing. It's just bad, sad day. Other people were released. It's just a sad day. People are losing their jobs because of the pandemic. WWE over this year's let a lot of people go because of the current situation, even though they're making money. They're making a lot of money. Okay, so I'm done with that. Let's get into AEW Full Gear. So Full Gear is this past Saturday, 1 year anniversary of Full Gear, November 7th, 2020. And this might be the best pay-per-view of the year, of not just AEW, but of any company that's winning right now. From WWE, New Japan, Impact, whatever. This might be the best pay-per-view. Every majority of the matches delivered expectations. And so what did I think of this pay-per-view? Well, yeah, I like this pay-per-view. I love this pay-per-view. It was exciting, fun, surprising. And, yep, I think it's the best pay-per-view of the year. Better than any WWE pay-per-views. The WWE pay-per-views have good matches, but their pay-per-views are never consistent. AEW pay-per-views are usually consistent, but so let's get through matches one by one. So the buy-in was originally supposed to be 2 matches, but the John Silver versus Orange Cassidy match got bumped into the main card. So the buy-in was just Serena Deeb defending the NWA Championship title against a former NWA champion, women's champion, Allison Kay, on the buy-in. Now, this match was very well good. These women, you could tell Serena Deeb was leading the match. She's a veteran. She was a trainer in NXT. Obviously, she's still young enough to be a wrestler. Allison Kay has got much better over the years. I remember when I first saw Allison Kay I didn't see her much wrestle. She was Sienna in Impact. She was like Maria Kanellis when Maria Kanellis and and Mike Bennett were in Impact. She was like her bodyguard, her enforcer, right? She hadn't seen her much wrestle. That's when I first heard of her as Sienna in Impact. This match, very well technical match. Serena Deeb bonus submission. And I predicted Serena Deeb to retain here because it seems we're going to get a rematch because as Serena Deeb was celebrating, Thunder Rosa's music hit. She came down to the ring, confronted Serena Deeb. And you know that means she's going to challenge and won back the NWA Women's Championship. So I like this. I like how AEW is allowing NWA to use their titles on their show, specifically the women, or specifically the women's title. You haven't seen NWA titles on the show. Like you haven't seen Nick Aldis on the show, whatever titles they have on the show. Just the women so far. But I bet just have some sort of agreement. We're gonna get more NWA and AEW collaboration here. Not just with the women, but with the men and stuff in the future. And with Allison Kay, she's a free agent. I think she might be signed already. This might be just being an exhibition or a tryout, right? A trial for her, for the officials at AEW if they like her. I don't know why. She's a good worker already. They saw her. They probably know of her reputation, and they probably watch her matches in NWA and Impact wherever she was. I don't know why they need she's this tryout to sign her. If she's signed already, good. If she's not, to sign her should be a huge addition to this AEW's women's roster that needs more women. But the women need better storytelling and a better direction. That's the weak point, a very strong weak point of AEW is the women's division. They have not done a very good job of building a women's division that's worth watching. And this is not the women's fault. This is AEW's fault. This is them promising. They did promise that they were gonna have a good develop a strong women's division, and they haven't delivered on it. So yeah, Serena Deeb retains. Then Rosa comes out. It looks like she's gonna challenge and to get back the title as a rematch. We don't know when that's gonna take place. I assume it's gonna be on a Dynamite because the next pay-per-view is 3.5 months later away. And I don't expect Thunder Rosa and Serena Deeb to wait 3 months for the rematch. Now let's go to the show because there was supposed to be 2 buy-in shows, but John Silver and Orange Cassidy got bumped up to the main show. Okay. Is there a share section here? Can I share this? No. Okay. So the main show started off with a banger. Kenny Omega and Hangman Page, Adam Hangman Page. The winner gets a number 1 contender shot to Jon Moxley's AEW title. We don't know. We all know Jon Moxley retained in the main event. But this match, 2 former tag team partners having issues with each other, going at. Remember, Hangman Page has been kicked out of the Elite. Omega is still in the Elite. And Omega is having a transformation back into the cleaner-like gimmick. Some people are saying he's heel. He's becoming a heel. I think right now he's a tweener, but he's transitioning to the heel role. It's getting there. Now this match was, is there to set the pace for the rest of the show, right? You always want to put a strong match first to set a pace for the rest of the pay-per-view. And this pay-per-view is long, 3 hours and 45 minutes. A long pay-per-view. That's my one huge criticism of AEW. If you want to start 8, end by 11. If you want to start 7, end by 10 or 10:30 or if you're planning to go 4 hours, start at 7. Like WWE used to start at 8, but they moved an hour earlier to 7. They realized it's better to start at 7. That's what AEW needs to do. If they want to have a 4-hour pay-per-view or 3.5 to 4 or 5 minute pay-per-view, start at 7. Because if you can start 8, it tend to have a 3-hour pay-per-view. I know it's a Saturday and people are up more, or mostly up, but people get tired. I got tired as the show went on. And I know a lot of people got tired as the show went on, and I'm sure people at Daly's place got very tired as the show went on. Okay, so yeah, it's one huge criticism of AEW. As a lot of people have the shared opinion on. So this match, Barmer opener. Oh, the commentary, they had Don Callis from Impact. If you know who Don Callis is, he was Jacko in AEW, not in WWE, and he was Cyrus in ECW or something like that. Yeah. He was there commentating as a fourth member of the commentary booth, just this mess, because he goes way back with Kenny Omega. He knew Kenny Omega for a long time. And so Kenny Omega got, you know where the stairs are, the stage area where the stairs are? Kenny Omega got pop-up powerbomb there by Hangman Page. Hangman Page was going for, the way this match ended, was going for a buckshot lariat, buckshot clothesline, whatever you want to call it. But Omega knew him. Like, they know each other, they know each other so well. They knew everybody's moves or tendencies. Omega knew about it, gave him a couple of V-triggers, set him up for One Wing Angel. Hangman Page was struggling to fight out of it. Eventually, he couldn't. Hangman Page, Omega managed to get an advantage on that when Hangman Page struggled, and then Kenny Omega slammed him for landing the One Wing Angel, giving him the win and becoming the number one contender for the AEW's title. Tremendous opening match. John Silver versus Orange Cassidy that got bumped up to the main card. Now John Silver comes out with the Dark Order, all members except Brody Lee. He wasn't there. Goes to the ring. They all leave. It's basically him. Orange Cassidy comes up. John Silver is dominating his match for the majority of it. John Silver's small, but he's strong. He did a one-hand gorilla press to Orange Cassidy. That's not an easy thing. I've never seen a one-on-one hand gorilla press before. But this match, obviously, John Silver wasn't going to win this match. Orange Cassidy got the win here. As expected. John Silver gets the win here. Okay. Next, we got the TNT title. Cody Rhodes. Being now known as Cody Rhodes, WWE dropped that. So where Cody can now use his legal name, Cody Rhodes, to face Darby Allin for a TNT title. Now, Darby Allin has never defeated Cody Rhodes, but he has a tie with him, going to a draw back at Fyter Fest. Fight for the Fallen one of those back in July of last year in 2019. The story of this match is that Darby Allin has never beaten Cody Rhodes. Now, Cody Rhodes came up with the Nightmare Family. A very heel thing. And Aaron Allen shouldn't have got involved. He was a very heel thing. Like, Omega talks like a face, but it acts like a heel. So there's a lot of shades of gray with not Omega. Rhodes talks like a face, but acts like a heel. There's very shades of gray with Cody Rhodes. Very shades of gray. Cody Rhodes is very shades of gray with Cody Rhodes. Very shades of gray. Cody Rhodes is dominating his match against Darby Allin. Darby Allin hit a coffin drop. It's such a dangerous move. Coffin drop. Especially when he misses it. When he does it when he tries to do it to someone on the apron, oh my god, fuck. Dangerous as hell. And Darby Allin got the win here, becoming the TNT Championship title holder. Cody Rhodes gets the belt. You would think Cody Rhodes would turn here on Darby Allin, but instead gets on his one knee and delivers it like this. Darby Allin takes it. Then all of a sudden, you see two guys run into the ring. Ricky Starks and Mike Cage attack Darby Allin and Cody Rhodes. So they manhandle Darby Allin and Cody Rhodes. Really manhandled Darby Allin. They take him back to the Jeep. Darby Allin came into the Jeep with a skateboard, whatever. He was badly hurt. They're gonna put his arm through his arm in the door, or his head. I forget what body part. Remember that? They put Darby Allin through a prop set, a set piece, and Will Hobbs comes to save the day, preventing Darby Allin from getting injured, severely injured. It looks like Darby Allin and Cody Rhodes are going to team up to take on Ricky Starks and Brian Cage. You know, Money's Dynamite are going to have a tag team match. It's going to be one of these special Dynamites, is my guess. When these Dynamites have a specific name to it. So yeah, so Darby Allin, new TNT champion. Okay. Now we're going to go with the women's title match. Hikaru Shida versus Nyla Rose. Now this match had no build. Nobody had interest in this match. These women wrestlers they're good. Like Nyla Rose leaps and bounds got much better, and Shida's always been good. She's a striker, but she's always been good. She has a Falcon Arrow, whatever. This match is mostly dominated by Nyla Rose. Shida for the most match is selling her leg because at one point she wasn't paying attention. Vicky Guerrero hit her in the leg with a candlestick. Remember that? Candlestick. Pretty much damaged her leg. But there were some power moves here Shida did to now the Rose look like she shouldn't be able to do like a fucking arrow off the top rope. That was amazing, but with the leg like that, she should have fell or something. But the referees caught Vicky Guerrero trying to do something. Now the Rose hit Vicky or whatever. Shida retains here over Nyla Rose. And Nyla Rose and Vicky Guerrero. Vicky Guerrero really specifically starts to berate Nyla Rose. Like, starts to berate her, say stuff, yelling at her. She's angry with her. And you see Nyla Rose, like, she didn't really say anything, but she did say something like I don't know what this leads to. Does this lead to a breakup between the two? Does this lead to a face change for Nyla Rose? I don't know. The girl, Vicky rocks out Nyla Rose. Okay. Now, it's a tag team match for the what's it called? AEW tag team titles between FTR and Young Bucks. Now, the story of this match was that Matt Jackson was selling his injury. We don't know what kind of injury it was. Apparently in the post-scrum interview, he might have had it for years. So, okay, maybe it's not serious enough to take him off, but it might be serious enough in the future. And the story is also that if Young Bucks lose, they cannot challenge for the AEW tag team titles at all. And Tully Blanchard was banned from ringside. No, okay. This match has been brewing, but a lot of people have issues with it. You know, the Young Bucks have been pissed off and super kicking everybody. They won. They're like tweeners built for this feud. With FTR is clearly a heel group, but Young Bucks are tweeners. Matt was clearly the injured one here, so FTR focused on him. On just the way this match ended. Who else? Was it not Dash? Was it Dak? I forgot who was it. Yeah, Dax Harwood went for 450. Yeah, no flips, but no flips, right? So what's it? FTR, they ran out of the playbook. They went for flips and stuff. They're not about that. They're against that stuff, right? But instead of going with the playbook, they went against the playbook, and it cost the match. And he missed. Remember, they took off the boot and the bracelet for from Matt Jackson. They focused on that, but Matt Jackson managed to kick Cash, whatever, I forget his name is. The super kick gets the 1, 2, 3. Who else? And Young Bucks become new AEW Tag Teams champions. And Kenny Omega comes out to celebrate with the Young Bucks. But they see in the entranceway, in the little circle entranceway, somebody there. People in the commentary couldn't make who it is, but you see the camera view like this, pulled back, so the fans on TV could take a look who could see it. It's far distance, and a lot of people online saying, "Oh, who is that? Who is that?" Like when I was watching review shows, they didn't know who exactly it was, but it was clearly, to me, Hangman Page. There, because remember, Hangman Page has been kicked out of the Elite, and so he looks at Omega and the Young Bucks celebrate. He's definitely left out, and yeah, it looks like it's Hangman Page. And then Young Bucks, new tag team champions. And then we got the Elite match between Sammy Guevara and Matt Hardy. This match was brutal, especially the ending. We'll get to that. So Sammy Guevara arrives in a golf cart of some sorts, right? And it seems like Matt Hardy's in a monster truck, went over the golf cart. And there's a ring there. This is at the Hardy compound. There's a ring there. They go at it. Santana and Ortiz manages to come along. As soon as I knew Santana and Ortiz and the way this match ended, nothing's going to happen in the Jericho MJF match. There's going to be no like interference in that match. But as the match is going on, Private Party comes to the match rescue. Matt has like shooting fireworks at Sammy Guevara. It's missing him, of course. You don't want to burn the guy. And there's a little river or something there. They arrive to. This is in a forest. Gangrel, like Matt thought he was going to have the advantage. Gangrel, all of a sudden, Gangrel comes, holding the Hurricane Helms hostage. So it gives Sammy Guevara an advantage. But they manage to get rid of Gangrel. Releases the Hurricane, but this distracts Matt Hardy, where Sammy Guevara gets advantage again. Throws Hurricane Helms into the river, whatever, the river pond, whatever, and then all of a sudden, Hurricane Helms, not Hurricane Helms, but Shane Helms, the reporter, arrives. Wants to interview Sammy Guevara, and Sammy Guevara throws him into the water. And then they go back to the ring, and you see Private Party is there. Hurricane Helms is there now. Gangrel is there, all beating him up. And then they go into the garage or whatever. Matt Hardy closes the door, so Gangrel and Santana Ortiz can't come in. It's just Sammy Guevara and Matt Hardy. Sammy Guevara unhooks. There's a ring in there. Unhooks the bottom ropes, both sides, and uses the hook edge, steel edge of the hook, to hit Matt Hardy. There's a ladder there. There's a table there. He sets up the table. Put Matt Hardy. Sets up the table. Guevara climbs up the ladder, jumps into Matt Hardy, putting Matt Hardy through the table. Doesn't stop Matt Hardy. Matt Hardy has to recover. Spears Guevara through the table. It pretty much takes out Sammy Guevara. And remember when Sammy Guevara injured Matt Hardy with the steel chair to the head? Matt Hardy picks up the steel chair and kind of does the same thing, but like this. This pretty much takes out Sammy Guevara. Sammy Guevara's head, he lands chest first on the floor, and Matt Hardy finally gets him the final nail in the coffin by doing a concerto to Sammy Guevara at the back of the head, kind of like what Randy Orton did to Matt Hardy before Matt Hardy was gone. The last time Matt Hardy was on WWE, that's what happened to Matt Hardy by Randy Orton. Just ended the match. Matt Hardy got to win, and then after private party, and Matt Hardy managed to put Sammy Guevara into a bin or something, put him on the truck, or did they commit murder? That's the question. Did they commit murder? And next we got MJF versus Chris Jericho. This match, right, determines if MJF gets to join the Inner Circle. And this is a good match. And I'm gonna get to the ending. The ending, how it happened. MJF had the ring, whatever. Wordle through the ring. Referee's distracted. But then as referee's distracted, Jack Swagger threw the bat to Chris Jericho. Referee MJF saw it, goes down the ring like the Eddie Guerrero spot, lying, cheating, and steal. How Eddie Guerrero would do that, right? And then referee saw the chair, and Jericho dropped the chair. He's like, gets distracted by ref, telling him, "No, I didn't use it." And then MJF pulls him into a schoolboy. One of those pins. Gets to 1, 2, 3. The replay shows that he pulled on the tights to get to 1, 2, 3. So I think MJF has some nefarious means involving Inner Circle. I think he's going to use his advantage, and not to Chris Jericho's advantage. He's going to use his advantage, and he's going to piss off Jericho in the long run. And Chris Jericho looked like he was pissed, but he actually embraced MJF, and they walk out together. Wardlow, MJF. MJF has his bodyguard. Jericho has his, and Jack Hager. They walk out together. They pose together. But I think how this is going to happen is that it's going to turn like the walk situation. We're just going to make Jericho pissed turn as a leader. And MJF is going to use the Inner Circle's advantage to a point where Jericho's like, "No, you can't do this. No, I'm in charge. You do what I say. I'm the leader." And then we got the main event, Eddie Kingston versus Jon Moxley. Now this match was brutal. It was not a quit match. So the only way to lose this match is for your opponent to say, "I quit." And lots of blood, thumbtacks, wires, barbed wire. Oh, fuck. Barbed wire is a serious thing, man. Oh yeah. Moxley's had thumbtacks all over his back, right? And then Eddie Kingston managed to get rubbing alcohol and poured it all over Moxley's back, burning Moxley. Oh, that's gotta hurt, man. You gotta be tough to take that. And they used the barbed wire. What happened was they unwrapped the barbed wire. I think it was Kingston took a strand of barbed wire and wrapped around his arm and his hand. That has to hurt his arm and hand, whatever. No matter what, make him bleed. They're punching Moxley over and over. Didn't make him quit. And Moxley. Match gets up their hand, gets him a submission move when his submission finishing move, and has a barbed wire wrapped around him. And the ref's checking on Kingston, and Kingston's definitely going out. Look, he couldn't. He definitely looked like he quit. He's definitely going out. The ref called it. We don't know if Kingston quit, but it looks like he was fading. And Moxley retains the AEW title. Moxley wanted to help show him support, good match, and Kingston had none of it. He left, and Omega all of a sudden comes out. It's on the apron, not inside the ring. Moxley coming in. Omega is just like, no, our match is not gonna be like this. It's gonna be a regular match with submissions, pinfalls, and DQs, countouts, whatever. Which is good because majority of Moxley matches are no DQ, you know what I mean, using weapons, brutal matches. And Omega and Moxley could work these matches. And Omega and Moxley, they should do this because Moxley and Omega at Full Gear last year already did this kind of match with no disqualification. No, it was a brutal match between the two. So I don't know if it's going to take place in the next pay-per-view, which is Revolution, by the way. guys. And February 27th, that's Revolution. I don't know what's going to take place then. Probably not, but I'm excited for Omega Moxley 2. So that's AEW's pay-per-view. It'll possibly be the best pay-per-view of the year. A lot of people think so. The tag team match was second to Young Bucks, Hangman, and Omega. Opening match was great. It was AEW pushed on good pay-per-view matches. The matches themselves were good. Okay. And there's some backstage stuff going on. Who cares? Now, so Raw last week. I'm gonna go quickly about Raw. So Braun Strowman's on the Raw team after beating Sheamus and Keith Lee in a triple threat match, cementing him on the Raw team. Nikki Cross trying to first saw Alexa all the time, trying to talk to her, saying, oh, "It's the Fiend, isn't it?" She taps on Alexa. Alexa turns around. She has that trance like, and she has that eyes like that. Okay. The Raw Women's team. Lana got involved in the tag team match. And then later on, Nia Jax beat Lana, so to try to teach her a lesson, put her through a table again. It hurt business. Defeated Kofi Kingston and Xavier's New Day. So it looks like they're going to have a future tag team title shot. We all thought that was a tag team title match, but it looks like not. And there's a rumor out there that might change hands and have Hurt Business versus Street Profits at Survivor Series. Also, Retribution. Ali watched Ricochet beat Tucker. Yeah, that was Tucker. That new look, Tucker. After that, Retribution beat up Ricochet. And Raw talk was funny with R-Truth. R-Truth was like, you all wear those Bane masks. What has Batman ever done to you? That's pretty funny. That's Raw in a nutshell. You know, Raw sucks, right? I don't know if Drew McIntyre's going to get his rematch. So NXT, let's go through NXT. Now NXT, we had the first match, Ember Moon versus Dakota Kai, with Raquel Gonzalez in the side. It was just a tremendous opening match. Ember Moon was like, they're both on the ground, and Ember Moon's like, hit me, and like, yeah, you know. Ember Moon lost this match, but not clean. Raquel Gonzalez managed to get the ref's attention. And Ember Moon was going for the Eclipse, but Dakota Kai managed to recover, kick Ember Moon, who's on the turnbuckle. That dazed her and did her finishing move on the turnbuckle, getting the 1, 2, 3. And that was a tremendous opening match. Dakota Kai and Ember Moon had a tremendous opening match. What else is there? We have Pat McAfee. There was a tag team match. Killing Day and Evan Rice. Killing Day and Dre Mack versus Evan Rice. This match had no winner. Pat McAfee, Birch, Pete Dunne, and Orny Locran got involved. And after the match, Pat McAfee, I tell you what, he's a great talker. That's a, you know what? That's a good for this faction because they're not. Pete Dunne's weakness is talking, and the other two, I don't know. So he's a talker from Undisputed Era. Man, they had Undisputed flag. Like, oh, well, we should hang this up. And they took, yeah, no, this is democracy. It was like, anybody in favor of hanging this up? They're like, oh, and they didn't say anything. Obviously, it's a no. So, and they had a garbage can and a lighter. It's like, everybody in favor of burning this flag? Aye. So they burned so they put the flag in the garbage can and they lit the garbage on fire, signaling it's the end of Undisputed Era. Of course, it's not the end of Undisputed Era, but that's where it's leading to. Managed to go back to the van or whatever. And Killing Dane comes out of nowhere, tries to beat him up, but Killing Dane gets beat up by them because it's like 3-on-1. The door, they put Killing Dane's between the head between the door and the seat. Dylan beat down kicks the door, slams the door against his head. Killing Dane's out cold. Great, it's good. Johnny Gargano's at home playing a game, and you see the Scream guy there. We all know who's wrestling. It is a funny thing. What else happened? Kushida took on Not Frank Grimes. Sorry, Frank Grimes from Simpsons. Kushida took on Cameron Grimes. Good match. The way this match ended is that the referee that was involved in the House of Terror match or whatever came and Frank Grimes, Cameron Grimes, still has nightmares about that match. Sees that the referee looks like a zombie. It distracted Cameron Grimes. Kushida permanent finishing submission and move, and 1, 2, 3, not 1, 2, 3. He taps out, and now we got Shotzi Blackheart versus Toni Storm. This match happened because Shotzi Blackheart was such a great host, and so Will Amigo let her pick her opponent, and she picked Toni Storm. They never faced off each other, so I was looking forward to this matchup. And this match was okay. This match was pretty good. Something happened like this match. She pushed Toni Storm. Like why was Shotzi Blackheart getting so aggressive with Toni Storm? Did she think Toni Storm did something? I didn't understand why. But as Toni Storm was also the ring going for a 10 count, the referee stopped the 10 count because all of a sudden you see on the Jumbotron on the side, Candice LeRae has Shotzi Blackheart's tank. Now that came to a conclusion that Shotzi Blackheart was pushing was mad at Toni Storm because she thought Toni Storm did something with the tank, but it turns out to be Candice LeRae because Shotzi Blackheart cost Candice LeRae the title, the NXT Women's title, at Halloween Havoc last week. And so she's in a monster truck. Oh, and she the Scream guy. What happened was that went off. And Toni Storm comes and gets a pin. 1, 2, 3. Then it comes back on. Her in the monster truck with the Scream with Ghostface runs over the tank. And Shotzi Blackheart was heartbroken, like she lost something she loved so much. And a lot of people are like, wait, so it's just this tank. It's like, no, that tank meant something to Shotzi Blackheart. It's sentimental to her. I think it represents something that to her great deeply. And I'm sorry, but if you have items that you love and it gets destroyed, it hurts a lot. And that's what she has. It meant more to her than just a tank. And then she Toni Storm console Shotzi Blackheart. I like this. It's going to be a Shotzi Blackheart versus Candice LeRae. I need Shotzi Blackheart to get her revenge, get pissed off at Candice LeRae. And I'm not going to go through this whole pay-per-view, this whole show. Then we got Tommaso Ciampa versus Salvation Dream. You know how this came about? Like amazing entrance, amazing attire. Ciampa has the mask on and stuff. Looks amazing. He beat Velveteen Dream at the end to close the show. Okay, that's NXT. Smackdown I did a review on, so I'm going to do this quick. Smackdown. Jey Uso beat Kevin Owens after Kevin Owens kind of insulted him. With Roman Reigns takes offense to it. Right? He says, if Kevin Owens insulted you, he insulted us, the family. And Roman Reigns didn't give permission to Jey Uso to talk to get interviewed by Kayla. Remember, he has to get permission because Roman Reigns is the chief. Ruby Riott is now a member of the Team SmackDown for the women's. The men's, we got King Corbin after Rey Mysterio losing by distraction by Murphy, Aaliyah, Seth Rollins, blah. You got King Corbin on the team. Who else? Seth Rollins defeated Otis. And we were confused. Is Murphy's distracted Otis? Is Murphy helping Seth Rollins now? I don't know, man. What else happened? Sasha Banks successfully defended her title against Bayley. First time ever defending her title successfully after winning the title on the main roster. And then all of a sudden, who comes back? Carmella. New attire, new gimmick. Super kicks Sasha Banks and gives her the X Factor, signaling that she's the next challenger. She's coming off for that belt. Good, because they needed a change from the Bayley Sasha thing. And I think Bayley is going to be on the Team SmackDown. What else happened? Oh, Street Profits at back, a Bayley K thing. It was pretty funny for what it was with the Street Profits. Okay, that's SmackDown. Okay, so before I get to a Raw preview. So, as you know, this is yesterday, and this has to do with Paige. Paige described her relationship with Alberto Del Rio, that scumbag Alberto Del Rio. How her relationship was abusive and toxic with Alberto Del Rio. How Alberto Del Rio is toxic and abusive. No surprising, the guy's a scumbag. He's going to prison for a long time. And you could tell how toxic that relationship was, and she described it. I'm glad she's over. She's doing much better. She's doing much better. And then you have the scumbag Alberto Del Rio do an interview saying, "No, she was the abusive one, blah blah blah." And then abusive one, explaining why. I'm like, nobody's gonna believe you, man. You're a criminal. Nobody likes you. You're going to jail, man, for kidnapping stuff. You think that you're gonna take your word over Paige? Come on. You're just a criminal trying to. Yeah, you're scum. No, God, just one in jail, man. And then, the real fuck, trying to deflect his problems onto Paige. And Paige is the reason, was part of the reason. Both, yeah, right. Look at you, you're a fucking disgrace. Going to prison. You're just digging yourself in a bigger grave, Del Rio. And then yesterday, a stalker was arrested appearing at Paige's and her boyfriend's house. Now, good thing the stalker wasn't violent and get into the house. It didn't become a Sonya Deville situation, which is terrible. That the stalker got into her house, weapons when the kidnapper, hurt her. The stalker still dangerous. We don't know what his intentions are, but currently Paige has symbols to her stalker. Symbols to her stalker to go to her. So this guy might be it's sick, it's disgusting, scary what he did. But this guy is definitely mentally ill if he has symbols. I don't know what it is. It might be what's it called? I don't know. You know the illness, syphilis, schizophrenia, or whatever. Yeah, that. Sorry if I pronounced it wrong. That he has, because symbols. People with that. It's possibly that could give him hallucinations or something, tell him tell him to do this. He got arrested. It's off to jail. Glad Paige is safe and her boyfriend is safe. But that's a scary situation, especially after the Sonya Deville thing. That's 2 women in WWE in the past 3 months getting stalked. Oh. Much safer now. That guy's going away. He's gonna charge, but I bet you it's gonna be like a insanity plea. Because if it's symbols, it might. If Paige said he has symbols, tell him to go to them or go to her, then it's probably that he's probably very sick, mentally ill, and sure hope he gets the help he needs. But this is scary. And so Raw preview. All I know is that on Raw preview that Drew McIntyre is gonna be on the Moment of Bliss, Alexa Bliss. He's involved with Randy Orton, and the Fiend's involved with Randy Orton. So Drew McIntyre is gonna be on a show. I'm interested in seeing this. How the Fiend gets involved with Drew McIntyre too. Also, it's a triple threat match to determine the final spot on Team Raw between Matt Riddle, Jeff Hardy, and Elias. Remember, all 3 of them lost their respected qualifying matches, but they get a second chance. I think Natalya got her second chance last week on Friday. So Matt Riddle, okay, the Riddler gets a second chance. Jeff Hardy gets a second chance. Elias gets a second chance. Jeff Hardy and Elias are a mix of a feud, or if it ended last week. And the spoiler is Matt Riddle's gonna win and most likely win and get that final 5th spot, which that's my prediction, that Matt Riddle's going to win because Elias and Jeff Hardy are going to somehow take each other out. Matt Riddle's going to pin probably Elias and get the shot to represent Raw with Braun Strowman, Sheamus, AJ Styles, and Keith Lee at Raw. And for Raw, to take on Survivor Series, a team of King Corbin, Jey Uso, Kevin Owens, and Seth Rollins. And I'm like, They need a fifth member, but I'm like, this Raw team is pretty stacked. I'd be scared. I'd be scared if like this is a pretty stacked Raw team. And Raw, we don't know. Raw is not particularly a good show, but the best thing about Raw is Alexa Bliss and the Fiend Bray Wyatt right now. It's the best thing about Raw. And we don't know what they're doing with Asuka. Asuka wasn't in the show last week. We know she's going to face Sasha Banks at Survivor Series, but do something with her. Build up her match. I don't know. Have her dominate somebody in the ring. Have her, not Lana. I don't know. Have her take out Peyton Royce or somebody or Lacey Evans. Make her look dominant. I don't care. Do whatever. So, yeah. I Peyton Royce, Lacey Evans tag team. Oof. That's weird as hell. Okay. That's my... So I'm going to end it here because I have nothing else to talk about. So thank you for listening and watching. Like, comment, subscribe below. Thank you. Yes, I do.